Child's Breakfast show. It's another pleasant day to thank God, another pleasant day to say, praise be the name of the Lord for keeping us live. On the show today, we have a lot of stories to share. But before we go to the stories, please don't forget to reach out to someone who you have the strength to help. You know the economic situation in Nigeria, there are a lot of people crying for help. Just put a smile on someone's face today. If you have some things to share, look around for those that will be needing that thing. Don't throw them away. Give it out. It's more blessings to you as a giver. There are a lot of people who might need those things you are wasting today. Ask. Give it to those that really needs it. And see how much the universe will bless you. I am Toke Bravo. And I really want to welcome you to the show this morning. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, it's still your darling CA Breakfast show. Back is still the CA Child's Breakfast show. We're going to see these lucky stories that made it to the front pages of some national dailies. I am starting with the Daily Trust. On the Daily Trust, we have road. My director, please. On the Daily Trust, we have road crashes killed 295, injured 315 in 3 months. That analysis is coming from the Daily Trust. newspaper. Speaker overrules member calling for suspension of cybersecurity levy. Zenith Bank's shareholder approved 125.59 billion naira dividend. PDP kicks as plots to impeach Fubara tickets. Funtua Inland Dry Port will ease import and export from north. That's Mutala. That statement is coming from Mutala. And moving on, we have the Nigerian Tribune. On the Nigerian Tribune, soldiers pull out of Okwama, Oboveweri lost Tinubu army over withdrawal. Federal High Court restrains PDP from removing Damagum as national chairman. And on the banner headline, we have river crisis debates. Fubara bars all local government heads, officials from appearing before Rivers Assembly. Local government chairman accused governor of withholding allocation. APC desperate to annex Rivers. That statement is coming from PDP. It seized 27 PDP defectors to APC, no longer lawmakers. Tax IGP to act on subversive actions. That is coming from the banner headline of the Tribune. This river crisis has to be looked into. I don't know what the PDP heads are doing. The National Executive Council should swing into action before we start to register a state of anarchy in Rivers State. This is no longer getting any funny at all. The right authorities should do the needful. Our Patronal Day, 37th Memorial Service holds today. They are holding a memorial service for the late Awolowo today. If you want that story, it's on the page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. Ekiti Varsity expelled 2 students over flogging of colleague. Government is no longer taking the issue of bullying any lighter, or they are not taking it any less. You bully someone, you are in for it. Police begin probes. That story is on the page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune. CBN extends processing fees on cash deposits to September 30. If you want to get details on that, it's on the page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. Cybersecurity levy. Obi, TUC, Northern Coalition and others condemn federal government. It will further impoverish the people, says Obi. Decision cannot stand. That is coming from the trade union. And then we have ADP faults federal government, says it's additional burden, especially at this time. It is additional burden. So I think the CBN should do more to give us reasons why this cybersecurity levy is important and why. What is the advantage to the people, especially at this time where we have economic instability and there are a lot of hardship in the country already, hike of electricity tariff amongst others and all. And here we are with another levy by the Apex Bank. I think this time is not suitable at all for this. But let's see how it rolls out, since the concise body, workers' body, trade unions are already talking about it. Maybe they can always reach a compromise or a consensus concerning that. Reps to probe Binance executive escapes from NSA custody. Binance allegation diversionary. The Binance executives are alleging that some people from the NSA actually asked them to give them some bribe so that the case can die. They published this on New York Times, but the presidency has come out to debunk that statement, that is just a way to divert the attention of people, to destroy the story, so that no one will ask the reason why they are into money laundering and they have always evaded tax. Don't forget, this Binance executive have been accused of tax evasion, money laundering, amongst others. Now this paper, Nigerian Tribune, reports that the reps wants to probe how they escaped from the National Security Advisor custody. So if you want to know more about that story, just go straight to the page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune, and then we'll move on to the next paper. On the next paper, this is Daily Independent. On Daily Independent, Nigerian Army finally leaves Okwama community. I think it's high time already they left, but thank God this case is already in court, and let's see how it goes. Zenith Bank delivers massive returns for shareholders with 125.59 billion naira dividend. If you are a shareholder at Zenith Bank right now, I believe they must be smiling and they must be happy at this time. It's a good business turnover. River crisis gets messier as pro-Fubara speakers emerges. PDP wants pro-Wike lawmakers against creating anarchy. Says impeachment may trigger crisis, derail democracy, and wants APC can't forcefully take over rivers. That alert is coming from IGP. Alerts IGP. The PDP are actually alerting the IGP to do the needful. But this game of blame, they should just sit back and do the needful. I always believe that in every matter, in every situation, there is always a way to reach compromise for the peace and the stability of every state. Politics on one hand, the protection of every citizen comes first to every caring government. If you love your state, if you actually going to govern a state and you want that state to remember you for good, always put them first, because all I can see in this River State crisis is nothing but about selfish interest and ego. Moving on, we have minimum wage. Outcome of federal government committee will shape state's decision. That is coming from Governor Sule. Cybersecurity levy, federal government milking a drying economy. That is coming from Obi. Obi said the federal government is milking a drying economy. Bill to create unemployment benefit scheme. Scale second reading at Senate. I think this is sweet. So those that are unemployed get a scheme that will benefit them. Let's see how it goes. Claim of $150 million bribe by Binance is actually diversionary act of blackmail. The federal government is saying the Binance is trying to blackmail the country by saying that they were asked for a fine of $150 million. And that is a way of diverting the populace attention away from the real issue, which is tax evasion and money laundering. And here we have on the banner headline, federal government yet to write helicopter operators on new $300 landing levy. Operators query contractors structure. 6 meeting with minister. Lament 1000% rise in airworthiness certificate fee. Lagos gets 3.9 billion as derivation for being oil producing state. That's an increase. We go on a short break. When we come back, we are still on the front pages of the newspapers. Welcome back, and we'll move to the next paper, the Vanguard. On the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, Labour Party PDP rep Afenifere kicks as Umahi battles Atiku. Atiku's criticism induced by political calculations, says Umahi. Labour Party asks Tinubu APC to come clean. We will ensure adequate funding. That is coming from the National Assembly. PDP condemns lies surrounding project. Afenifere wants project altered. Follow due process. Rep Bamidele Salam tells federal government. So concerning the Coastal Highway project, what exactly is not the due process? Atiku has alleged that Tinubu's son, being one of the Shagori's company's head, is the reason why the company got the deal. So a lot of people are clamoring. So if it's not the right way, they should not stop talking and make sure that the federal government is talked into doing the right thing. Cyber security levy will further pauperize Nigerians. That statement came from TUC, Obi, and the Northern Coalition. Military withdraws troops from Okwama. That's on page 12 of the Vanguard newspaper. Naira depreciates further as dollar sales to BDCs wobble. Zenith Bank's 125.59 billion naira dividend payout excites shareholders. I wish I am one of the shareholders right now. And here on the Nation newspaper, EFCC to arraign Sirika, daughter and son-in-law for 4.135 billion naira fraud. God have mercy. Troops pull out of Okwama community. Resist Binance blackmail. U.S. mayor urges federal government. I love this fact that this is coming from the U.S. U.S. government, U.S. mayor rather, as these people are actually alleging that they were asked for bribe. And the bribe, as they say, they want to probe how these people escape custody. They should please do that, because this could be the reason why someone will leave custody on why there are security officials there. Did they really receive the bribe? How did he escape custody? How? Federal government sets next year competition date for Abuja Kaduna Kanu Katsina Road. That's on page 3 of the Nation newspaper. Fubara, lawmakers field throws rivers into turmoil. On the radar, we have 3 pro-governors legislators elect speaker. Council chiefs, government disagree over withheld allocation. Cybersecurity levy to tackle crimes and terrorism. Cybersecurity levy to tackle crimes and terrorism. Okay, this is all that we can have on the paper headline today. We'll go on a short break. Okay, maybe a long break where we'll come back. We have a lot of stories for you today. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. staying tuned and welcome back on the show. And as it is, I'm not alone in the onset right now. I'm not alone in the studio. I have my partner in success.
Yes, success, very important.
Very important.
Good morning, Toke.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I missed you. Thank you very much
Of course you miss me now.
For having me.
You'll miss me. I know you will miss me.
Nigerians, I've missed you too. It's wonderful being here once again on the CACTV Breakfast show. My name is Peace Magigi, and it's a lovely, lovely day to discuss the development of the country, our dearly beloved Nigeria.
Indeed, our dearly beloved Nigeria. What is making the round? What is making the round is the cybersecurity levy, which everyone is talking about. What's your take, Peace? How do you feel at this time? Do you think our federal government, do they even know what we are feeling at all? Because you know I usually defend them here.
You always do.
Yes, I always do. But on this, I okay. maybe if the CBN will take the pain to give us a breakdown of why we need this cyber security levy at this time, I might have a change of heart. But for now, I don't think they had a proper thought before launching this, that I have to pay 0.5 on every transactions I make, ranging from electronic transaction, telecommunications transaction. Now say if you buy data like this now, 0.5. Don't laugh, it's not
what is funny is the way you switch. The situation made you switch.
I'm going to switch now. This is not funny. Like seriously, if I buy data, you will charge me 0.5. Telecommunication industry, internet subscription, this is not funny. These people are actually asking for trouble from the youth because they must have thought about the youth before doing this. Nigeria does not get any monetary allowance like other clients do, child care, all those allowance that government pay people. We don't have it here. You have to struggle out for yourself. You have to get everything. So why are they trying to embolden us with all this again? It even extends to insurance and purchase of shares and stocks. So if you are going to buy anything, if you are going to invest on anything, you just have to pay. CBN has released a circular directing banks to charge the 0.5% levy for banking transaction and has equally excluded certain banking transactions from the levy. So I want to read into it so that we can get the overview of what they are actually telling us to know. These transactions include loan disbursement. So if you're getting a loan, you don't have to pay.
Yeah.
All right. And repayment, salary payment, pensions, intra-bank transfers between customers, interbank transfers between the same customer, payment of school fees. Other transactions exempted include interbranch transfers within a bank, clearing and settlement of check. So all these ones, we don't have to pay 0.5. Is that it? Wow.
Well,
letters of credit, savings and deposits on treasury bills, bond and commercial papers, and donation to charity. My goodness, what's happening? And then number 5, we have this levy is chargeable to the originator of the transactions. The failure to remit the levy is a crime which is punishable with a minimum of 2% of the annual turnover of the defaulting business.
Yeah, so if a bank makes, just hypothetically, about 50 billion naira in a year, hypothetically, 2% of that money goes to the federal government. If not the federal government, the office of the National Security Advisor,
yes,
which is on an appointment. It is not like it's a ministry on its own. But where I'm going at with all of this is, well, the federal government has come out to say, cyber security, cyber crime in 2002. That was when they took us back to. They said the country lost about 273 billion naira to cybercrime in 2002. This is 22 years
ago.
After. 22 years after that, and now you feel the best way to tackle this cybercrime
we should pay
is
for
to
it.
put it on the shoulders
Of the citizens.
citizens.
So we have to pay for
Because at the end of the day, what they're trying to say is they said the cybersecurity levy is to tackle crimes, that are cyber crimes, terrorism, banditry, and things like that.
In that case, we are to pay for it. The government cannot do that.
In all the taxes and in the budget, just in the 2024, the Ministry of Defense alone, in the 2024 budget was 78.5 billion, and this was how much was proposed. And the Ministry of Defense was saying this is not even enough.
But the truth is that what are they defending? We are not seeing it. Boko Haram is still there. See, hold on. Boko Haram is still there. We have the issue of banditry and all. Terrorism everywhere. Why do you need this levy? If you have taken so much money and we are not seeing it.
The plight of Nigerians, my plight personally is the fact that this has gone beyond just taxing the people to use the money, because that's what it is now. How many things do we pay for bank charges alone? How many things do we pay for bank charges alone? We pay for a lot of things just in the bank. I'm trying to get some information. Okay, yes. For a value added tax, which is 0.05%.
There is a report that they are going to increase the value added tax.
There's a report on that already. Stamp duty charge on every credit. That is, if you receive money, you are charged 50 naira.
Of course. So if you are expecting
cybersecurity levy now,
your money is 1,995 naira.
Cybersecurity levy now is 0.5% on all transactions.
Wow.
Apart from the exemptions you made mention of earlier. Commission, depending on the amount you are transferring. If you want to transfer if you want to transfer 10,000 naira, I think it is about 26 naira or so, charge on that transfer. It depends on how much you are transferring to someone. There is that. There's also SMS charges. For them to send you SMS that alert that okay, you've been credited or you've been debited. Sometimes you get credited, you don't receive the alert.
Exactly.
But if you get debited, immediately you are receiving your debit alert. There is that. ATM card maintenance. That one is another headache on me personally, because I'm like, my own ATM card that I am in charge of, I keep for myself. You're still debiting me for maintenance.
And at the end of the day, when you are being when some hoodlums
if you lose that ATM card,
not even losing the ATM card now. If you lose some of your money from your app or something, they would let you know that you have misplaced or you have misused your ATM. Maybe you have given out the number. That's why someone was able to tamper with your account. So if I am paying for ATM maintenance, what are you now maintaining? What are you now saying? Some other persons have access to my account.
You see, this is
a lot of things to discuss.
One major angle that a lot of Nigerians are concerned about is the revenue drive of this present administration.
They are really bent on getting money.
It is high. We keep on saying, you hear things from the federal government that the country is getting better. But the angle that they are seeing, that they are looking at the country from, is from the internally generated revenue. Our foreign reserve that is increasing because the amount of custom duty, the amount of people are paying on import duties to customs alone is way high.
And people are already complaining.
And that is why people are saying things are not reducing. Dollar, the exchange rate of the naira to the dollar is improving. Yet the cost of food, the cost of things are the same.
Effect is not being seen.
It's because food is being imported into the country, and whoever is importing, the amount that they are using to import, the exchange rate that they are using to import is different from what is in the bank. It's different from even black market. It's different. And you want the country to get better. You keep taxing the people. I mean, now we are hearing that, okay, the CBN has issued a new directive to extend deposit charge. When you go into the bank to even deposit with cash, they've moved it to, I think, September 30th. So by September 30th, we should be expecting that if you take 10,000 naira cash or 50,000 naira cash or 100,000 naira cash to the bank, that you want to deposit that money into your bank account or into someone else's account, you are going to be charged. You Nigerians should be getting ready for that one.
It's on the news, the papers.
What? It is not just the administration. I'm not talking about this administration. So people will not think, oh, it is this administration. It has been coming, time in, time out. Administrations from one administration to another administration has always looked for a way to, I don't know,
increase IGR.
It's not about the IGR. This is not IGR I'm even looking at. I'm looking at the plight on the people, the plight on with the citizens. Is it that they are testing the patience of the people?
They are.
Is it that they are testing the elasticity of the people?
They are.
By the time someone comes out to say something now, you tag the person that, or the person is against national peace, the person is against national growth, the person is against the stability of the government, the person is against the togetherness, the unity of the people, whereas the people are wailing, the people are crying. Different public holders now, different prominent men and women in the society are coming out to tell the federal government that you are pushing Nigerians to the wall. And not we do not pray for another NSAS saga. But it shouldn't get there. They shouldn't allow it get there. If the internal, if the revenue generation in the country is improving, it should also show on the people.
Exactly.
It should show on the people. It should show. Okay, you are increasing the taxes. Taiwo Oyedele, the chairman of the Committee on Tax Reforms, came out to say earlier this year that they are trying to shorten the tax bracket. That we have so many taxations in the country, so we are trying to reduce it. We are trying to reduce the tax bracket so people don't pay more, and yet we are getting all of this. This is not just the CBN. The CBN is only working on instructions.
Of course, I know.
The CBN on the 3rd of May.
But they are in the position to enlighten the federal government.
What do you want?
They can always say things. You know, we are in a mess already. They are also feeling the heat of monetary policy, the dollar to the naira and all. It was in the report that CBN has made some policies over 28 times just in the first quarters of this year. But that being said, if the federal government is proposing something like this, they are in the best position to tell them that this is not the right time. And they can always.
You understand that the executive arm of the government has
the finances. Yes, I know. I know, but we are not seeing it that these people are actually saying anything.
You do not expect the CBN governor, Cardoso, to come out and say it
I have fought for you, but they did not allow me.
No, Nigerians, I told Mr. President that this thing is not, he doesn't, but he said no, so we have to, you don't expect him to come out to do that.
Of course he can't do that.
He can't do that. No, Ribadu. Why is this money, okay, if at all, this money you want to tax, now we know that, okay, this is where it is going into. You said that it's going to be going into the National Cybercrime Fund, which is an arm of the Office of the National Security Advisor. Now all this money that is going to be collected it does not have any budgetary allocation. It does not have anybody that is going to supervise how much will be there and how much will be spent.
Of the NSA.
There's nobody there that is going to be giving us that information.
We have not seen an expressive write-up to tell us what this money will be used for.
We are only told it's going to be used for cybercrime, things like that.
My goodness. We didn't get a date of review, like, okay, in some months, in every quarter, we are going to review what the NSA has done with this money, or what Nigeria, God will help us. But yeah, there are trade union, Congress, the TUC of Nigeria presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 elections, Mr. Peter Obi, and the coalition of Northern Group, CNG, have condemned the cybersecurity levy introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. YTUC described the levy, expected to take effect within 2 weeks from May 6, as a vexatious extortion of the masses that should not be allowed to stand. Obi saw the new levy as one tax too many. Similarly, the coalition of Northern Group, CNG, outrightly rejected the proposed levy. But one thing is that people will always come out to reject. But from the look of things, this federal government, when it comes to things that they really want to do, you can't do anything. Okay, they can only maybe slice down the hike, but they will not remove it. I cite an example for you, that of the electricity hike. After many noise and all, they were able to just cut off some little change from it.
That was just for me. That's just for the month of May.
I'm telling you.
And that is because according to them, the naira appreciated. So anything that makes the naira
goes up again, they will just incorporate and nobody will know about it. What I'm trying to say now is that I, for one, I have been in support of the struggle of this administration, because I cannot lie to you. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. I don't want to believe that they have everything easy going for them, but if you are coming into power, of course you should know it's not going to be an easy tax. But on this taxation, they just have to take it slow. They can come back later to do one or two things, but not now, because at the end of the day, the masses will not see them. Like, even if they have genuine reason for doing this, we are not seeing it because of the current situation of the economy. If they have come up maybe 2 to 3 years time, when we have more infrastructural facilities, where food is stable and affordable and some other things, people might reason along this line. But doing it now, no, I have not.
This present administration said at some point, let's let the poor breathe.
Of course.
The poor are not breathing right now.
We are not breathing.
No, the poor, we are being suffocated. Because
we are actually.
One thing I always say, and I would stand on that anytime, any day, is that the Nigerian people are people that are willing
very, very
and ready to support a government that supports them.
With all their charisma.
Nigerians are willing and ready to pay for services as long as they are receiving those services.
The benefits.
Nigerians are very open people.
Exactly.
As long as we are seeing this thing that okay, this is the reason why we are paying for this. Right? We said it the last time that if everybody in band A, like when the electricity tariff issue saga came up, if everybody in band A, you say those in band A, you've been receiving 20 hours supply for the past 1 year, 2 years. In fact, for the past administration, you've been receiving steady 20 hours power supply, and you can't say you've not been receiving this power supply. Now we want to increase tariff because we have noticed that the national grid has been collapsing a lot, and we want to fix some things on the national grid. So to support us, to help us keep giving you this 20 hours supply that you have been receiving, to improve on it, we are increasing the tariff. Now Nigerians know that yes, you have been receiving this thing, but we want to improve so that we'll be receiving more. That's why we are paying for this. Beautiful. I believe Nigerians will not complain.
Of course they won't.
Oh, Nigerians, we want to do this. You have seen our track record. When we removed the petrol subsidy, the money that we got from petrol subsidy
was used.
You can see now in just a couple of months.
We have done this.
We have done this. We have done that. Education has improved, or maybe we have put the money into education, or we have put the money into healthcare. The cost of drugs has reduced. The cost of transportation has reduced. The cost of this, the cost of that has reduced. All right, now we want to improve on other places. Okay, you said you want to tackle cyber security. Is it that the money that you save from petrol subsidy cannot be put into this cyber security? What happened to that money? Is it just going to be there dormant?
Nobody knows.
Come on.
See, that is all that we can take on the cyber security levy. As much as we want to talk more about it, but for now, this is much that we can take. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we have a lot of other things happening in the political world in Nigeria. Also, we will need to talk about it. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We are still here. and welcome to the show once again. This is CH Child's Breakfast Show, and we do paper review, politics, trendings, entertainment, especially on Fridays. Little gossip, entertainment gossip on Friday. And today we are talking about the cybersecurity levy. We already talked about that. Right now, on the political scene, there is a person who is actually aggrieved in Ondo, who has gone ahead to plead that the High Court sitting in Abuja should ask the chosen aspirant to step down. And that is in the person of Ayedatiwa, the present governor of Ondo State. Ahead of governorship election in Ondo State, an aggrieved aspirant, Senator Jimo Ibrahim, yesterday approached the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, praying to nullify the primary election of All Progressive Congress, APC, conducted in the state on April 20th. Senator Ibrahim is urging the court to void the nomination of the incumbent governor of the state, Lucky Ayedatiwa, as the flag bearer of the party for the gubernatorial contest billed for November 16. Cited as defendant in the suit are the APC, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. What's your take on this? Do you think he's doing this at the right time? Because from what I gathered, when the primary was conducted, no one raised brows. They were all like, okay, he's won, let's just take it in good faith, this and that. So why is he coming out now to ask for nullification of the...
This is not the first time we are hearing Senator Jimo Ibrahim, you know, clamor for things that, if you ask me, are quite impossible. No, the reason why I'm not saying it is impossible to nullify an election.
Of course.
But you see, one thing about politics is, I've noticed amongst politicians that if it goes their way, they are not bothered about how it went their way. They are not bothered about the modalities, the process around it, as long as they won. That's what matters.
And then it's not in their own way.
Last year during the general elections, we heard where they said people came out to say things like don't worry, just declare me the winner, we'll go to court to settle every matter in court. That's what is playing out. Thank God this is happening within the same APC. So it's not a thing of APC tackling PDP or PDP tackling APC like in the Rivers matter, like in Rivers State. It is not that one. But you see, elections will always have irregularities if we keep doing them the same way we've been doing them in Nigeria. There will always be irregularities. There will always be one fault or the other. There will always be one problem or the other. There will always be one aggrieved party or the other that will come out to say. Of course, when the Odo APC primary election, was held, a lot of persons came out to say it was marred with irregularities. So now you come in and say the Federal High Court should nullify the election that brought out Ayedatiwa as the flag bearer of the APC in the forthcoming Ondo election. I don't really think the Federal High Court is going to. They will listen to you.
Of course.
It is your right to be listened to. It is your right as a Nigerian citizen to air your opinions and to sue whoever you want to sue. He's suing the INEC. He's suing the incumbent governor Ayedatiwa and telling the Federal High Court to nullify the election. But I really don't see that playing out at the end of the day. All this, I think the senators should just relax and maybe find a way to work with the party flag bearer to ensure that at least the position, the seat of governorship in Ondo State stays within that party.
Within the party.
I think that's what he should focus on.
Because when the party wins, everybody wins.
Well, when the party wins, the party wins, but we do know it's not everybody that wins.
No. Everybody in the party, that's what
I doubt. Trust me. You know what I'm talking about.
If APC wins, it's a win for all APC members.
This is still the same APC. Do you think Senator Jimo Ibrahim will be happy at the end of the day if APC wins and he is not the one at the seat at the end of the
He does not have a choice because at the point in time, the party's mandate supersedes whatever selfish interest you have.
Do you know why I'm saying if the party wins, not everybody wins? Because at the end of the day, we keep seeing people that even their party won an election, they end, at the end of the day, they defect to another party.
Yes, because they
defect. Because at the end of the day, when whoever has won, you come and say, oh, because look, politicians are always year in, year out, daily. All politicians care about is the next election. What can I do to ensure that I either, if it's the ones that are aiming for a particular seat, that is what they think about every day.
Exactly.
If it's the ones that are aiming to lobby for a particular position. In the ministry, that's what they think about every day. If it's the ones that want to retain that office that they are on at the next election, that is what they think about at the end of the day.
We can't know them more than themselves because we are not politicians.
We are not politicians, but we see these patterns. It's a pattern we are seeing in Nigerians. Nigerians are not blind.
Like in the case of the River State case. I want to say this case started since last year. It started since last year, and I'll keep saying, instead of trying to make right or trying to prove any point, come back to the round table, make compromise. See, the more Fubara try to agitate, the more the messier the issues get. You understand? I don't know, I am not a politician, but I believe that this is a case of supremacy. It's no longer a case of I won't do this, I won't do. It's not a battle of ego, like I want you, I will supersede, I will do this. You don't have to. See, if you are coming, this is where interest of the people sets in. When you were coming to be the governor, what actually was your aim? Is it because you want to earn the title of being a governor, or is it because you know one part of the state that is deteriorating and you think that you can fix it, or you want to make that state a better state? These are the things that our politicians should always put first, because at the end of the day we see that they don't even care in the first place. Because if Fubara cares, if Wike cares, if all these PDP lawmakers that defected to APC cares, and the standing PDP lawmakers, if they care about the well-being of River State, we shouldn't be seeing all this stuff. But now they are supposed to have come back, reach a compromise, try to okay, I agree, I am wrong. Okay, what do you want me to do? Oh no, okay, I will say because I am the boss, let's do this thing for the betterment of the people in River State. But what we are seeing now is totally different. We just pray that we don't experience a state of anarchy in River State, because it's getting close. Now the local government chairmen are already complaining that Fubara is withholding their allocation. What's your take on this? You
see, we've already, how will I put this? You see, the Nigerian people have already given Fubara I would say the mandate to be the governor. Let me not say the Nigerian people, the people of River State have given Fubara the mandate. Let me put it that way. We know how he became the governor. We know all those came out during the drama. I don't want to lay emphasis on them.
Of course.
But like you made mention of, as a governor coming into office, what were your points of agenda? This is not me talking about the peace accord now. I'm not really concerned about any peace accord that people have come out to say is unlawful, is unconstitutional. All that has been established already. You see, I think Fubara now is missing the point of being a governor. If you say you are a governor, I think now that things, because if you look at things now, Wike is silent.
Exactly. He's not even
Wike is no longer in the news
at all. He's not
like
even,
he has
he's not raising his head
with the whole Fubara, with the whole River State issues. All we are hearing from Wike now is about Abuja.
And he's doing well in Abuja.
All we are hearing from Wike now is about some security deals. We heard of him the last time, trying to purchase drones for security challenges in Abuja and all of that. I think that is what Fubara should be focused on. Look, as a governor, you have that executive power as a governor to do things in the state. Stop chasing about the people that are with you. I was really enjoying when he was just reappointing, people. I was like, okay, this is what he should be doing. You know you can't work for me. You know you don't want to work for me. You know, simple. I am not going to sack you. I'm not going to fire you. I'm going to reassign you because I have every right
to do that.
It is in my power. It's my jurisdiction as the executive governor of the state to reappoint you, to put you where I think it is best fit for you, and put my people where they should work. People have already said, look, the Rivers State House of Assembly members, 27 members that defected from that left, office, and they've already said all of that. He would have, I think Fubara should handle all of that later on.
Of course.
Now
he
should concentrate on the people. I believe if the River State people can say, okay, our governor is doing this, or you want to come for this. See, the way Fubara is working now, I hardly see a second tenure for him.
He is actually,
because you see those local government governors, they are even the ones that he's supposed to even bring close to himself.
Exactly, because these are the people that are around you. They are close to the people.
You are withholding their money. You are not allowing them to work for the people.
If you remember, the last time we discussed this on this table, I told you that subordinates who are always at loggerheads with their heads, with their seniors, end up messing up, because experience is the best teacher. There is nothing you want to tell me. Those people that are there before you already know the ditches, the bump, and everything in there. If you want to, okay, it's normal for them to annoy you, or maybe they want to push you to the back seat because they believe that you are younger. Don't take it as an offense. Become enough to learn from them. If you have your grievances, be humble enough to table them, and don't be too far from reaching a compromise, because at the end of the day, whoever is older, whoever is more experienced than you, can do with you anything they feel like they want to do. But it has gotten past that stage. His own character is playing out now. I remember when Oni of Ife actually was installed as the king of Ile-Ife. There were a lot of prominent Southwest kings that were not candidates, reigning kings that were not in support. Exactly. Not that they were not in support. Ile-Ife as a whole in Yoruba land is considered the highest ranked throne. So because of the age he attained that throne, a lot of reigning kings
that felt he didn't have the
they said this one cannot. They see themselves like, how can we bow to this one? But because of his humility, because of his way of bringing people around, every other king bowed to him, including the late Alaafin of Ife, Alaafin of Oyo. He traveled, Oni of Ife traveled all the way from Ile-Ife to Alaafin's palace, because everyone was expecting Alaafin to come to him as the head, supreme head of all kings in Yoruba land. Alaafin didn't come. He had to go down there. What happened in the chambers, whether he prostrated first, we never knew. But he was humble enough to go to him that, even if he called him Baba because of his age, I know that Baba will now respect him, that I might be older than you, but God has placed you ahead of us. This was what I was expecting Fubara to play out, that, okay, I came in, we had issues, but we can't continue to go on like this. That is where you will be able to separate a leader from a ruler. A leader would not want his people to suffer. A leader has this emotional feelings for the people he's ruling over. He wants them to be better. He wants them to live a good life. When you are dealing with a ruler, it's always about me. Okay, look at Obaseki. I once used him as an example with Oshiomhole. Today, Obaseki is also in another issue with Shuaibu. You understand? You will always see people who believe they know all, and they don't want to bow for their own senior, wanting others to respect and follow their own orders. These things plays out a lot of times, but he still has the time to come around, reach a consensus with these people. I know that there are some things that he wants that he's not getting, and maybe that's why he's at a loggerhead with a lot of these lawmakers. But I believe that there is one tiny road which he is not willing to take, and that tiny road can make him get what he wants. My mom used to say something that if you want a tall person to bow to you, You will not say, hey, you tall man, bow to me. Instead, he will just smash you because he's higher than you. But there are ways you can tell a tall man that, come, I want to show you something. Do you see? You're already shorter than him. There is no way he will bend. He will bend, and at that point, he's bowing to you already. So there's always a way to maneuver things and make things work. I just pray that he gets it right this time.
I do not know the plans of the governor, Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State, but I do hope that any plan that he has is for the betterment of the people of Rivers State, because I think that's what he is neglecting now.
He's already neglecting it.
He's too focused on the drama.
Exactly.
And he's just playing to the gallery. That's what he's doing. He's just playing to the gallery. I don't know. People around him, his advisors and people around him. Well, talking about the impeachment, he has said the assembly is an unconstitutional assembly, so they can't impeach him.
That's for the law to decide.
They have gotten a new Speaker of the House, Victor Jambo, if I remember his name, and who was elected by, I think, 2 members of the assembly. It's because the Rivers House of Assembly are defected.
Politics is not
they left office. I mean, you left office, you resigned, you defected. So of course your seats are vacant. And now you just feel because the president said, oh no, they should go back to it. Doesn't work that way. But anyways, let's see how it all plays out.
Senior advocates of Nigeria, they should set in now before we start seeing things.
In Nigeria, you see these precedents that are happening all over in different states of Nigeria. These different political precedents that different states are setting. I am praying it doesn't get to a point that Nigeria becomes a lawless country. Look, now everybody's talking about the rule of law. Everybody's talking about the constitution. Everybody's talking about democracy. But we are seeing a whole lot of prominent people that are supposed to be custodians of the law breaking that same law. We are seeing a lot of them. So that is that for Rivers State.
We just believe that. We believe that things will work out well, and Rivers State will be able to get it right, because as it is, Nigeria is one, and what we want is peace. We pray that God gives him the strength, Fubara,
and the wisdom.
Very important. The wisdom. He needs the wisdom.
You are the governor now. Be the governor.
Talk more to your people. Don't see everybody as anything.
I'm not telling him to act. I'm not saying don't act like. Be the governor. You are the governor.
You should be in control.
And you see, one thing I've noticed about elder statesmen, like I'm talking about people that have been at the helm of affairs for a long time. I was watching a movie recently, and a man was about to, die, and the man that was about to kill him is his leader, because in Japan, it's a Japanese movie. In Japan of old, when you go against your leader, when you do something against your people, you have to commit suicide. And when you commit suicide, you have to ask somebody to remove your head. Someone has to remove your head in Japan. And this it's like just this president and governor kind of thing. So the president sent the governor on an errand, and he did something against it. Anyway, the long story short, the man that was about to die asked the president, being the president, how does it feel to control the direction of the wind? How does it feel to be in charge, to control how the wind flows in your direction? And the president told him he doesn't control the wind. What separates him from the rest as the president is he studies the wind, and he knows where he is going, and he knows how to position himself
so that he won't move against the wind.
So he doesn't move against it, because you can't fight the wind
at all.
Just like saying you want to go against the sea, you can't fight the sea.
It's not possible.
A good sailor knows how the sea is wobbling and crying and knows how to navigate. That is the difference between a leader and just anybody who just plays there. I think one of the things that is affecting Siminalayi Fubara is the fact that he was placed in that position. We all know.
Was it not a politician?
He was a politician, but it's a different thing when you have really been
okay, let's just say opportunity met him unprepared. Is that it?
you see, I read Timina Alain Fubara's body movement whenever he's walking, whenever he's speaking. I read his body movement. Look at how he addresses people. You will know that he still has some. I'm not saying I am.
Of course, from your own point of view.
From my own point of view, I think how I would envision my leader speaking, how I would envision my leader's body movement, is not how I'm envisioning his own. He's always on edge. He's always like ready to, tussle. He's not always ready to listen. And then he always wants to tell people, this is, I'm telling you.
And that's the problem.
Sometimes listen to the people.
You listen.
You listening doesn't make you subordinate to them. It doesn't make you weak.
Exactly.
You're listening to position yourself. And I think that is one thing he's lacking. He needs to. In fact, it's not just governor. It's not just Timina Alain Fubara. I think in the entire nation as a whole, we are leaders. We have a lot of leaders that are very quick to speak. They just want to talk and do things, and without trying to see ahead of them, trying to look, this thing I want to say, what will be the outcome? How are people going to receive it?
Will I be able to control the outcome eventually when
whoever is going into a seat of power in Nigeria should know by now that there are people, even within your own space, that don't want you to be at that office.
Exactly, that's very clear. You can't.
You need to prepare your mind. You need to prepare yourself. You need to be able to work with those that are for you and against you. You need to be able to have a way that you let the people understand that, look, I know you feel you can do a better job, but for the fact that I am here now, let's
do it.
Whether you agree or not, what I am doing is for the people.
Exactly. And you should have a way to tender it to them. We still pray that God gives him the wisdom to navigate this issue, because it's becoming messy. In fact, like a report on one of the papers, it said it's messier. So we pray that Rivers State is healed from every political anarchy it's going through right now. And this is much that we can take on the show today with the help of God and that of our director, Mr. Caleb. We say thank you for staying tuned today. We say thank you for having us on your screen today. I am Toke Bravo, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same station.
Alright, my name is Peace Magige, and like I always say, Nigerians, take care of yourself. You are very, very important to us as a nation. Yes, you need to take care of yourself. If the government, whatever the government is doing in their own way to help ameliorate this issue, let's support them. Let's support them. The ones that we know that government, you're not trying, please, we'll have to speak out.
Exactly.
Let's speak up. Once again, my name is Peace Ufuma Magige, and do have yourself a peaceful Thursday. And
do have yourself a sweet talker weekend. What's the meaning of do have yourself a peaceful? Why we gonna be there? Alright, make sure you enjoy your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow, of course. Peace also will be here tomorrow. It's a bye-bye from us.
Bye-bye.